DOM is Broncos country. I'm Scoop Nemeth.
There are no two ways about it. If you're going to communicate effectively online, you're going to have to do it with video. Hello, and welcome to the Denver YouTube Professionals Meetup group. My name is Anthony Prichard, and I'll be your host for today's group entitled, How to Rank on the First Page of Google in 30 Minutes or Less. Now, this is not a new program. I've been teaching this process for almost 3.5 years, but if you're just learning it now for the first time, it's still not too late. YouTube is the second largest search engine, and ironically, its big brother Google is the #1 most used website in the world. This presentation today will teach you how Google has become the most used internet resource in the world and how you can use it, the power to find people who are looking for you. Maybe even right now. 2.5 years ago, I started teaching other business owners how to use an authority marketing technique I discovered on the internet. It was a phenomena that I discovered when I was in a sales role for a foundation repair construction technology company. My job was to fix cracked foundations. Well, through trial and error of blog publishing, I discovered that if I gave a blog a title like Foundation Repair Lakewood, Colorado, it would sometimes show up on the first page for exactly those keywords in that order. Then other people started publishing blogs, and I would lose my position. So it became a race to claim all of the keywords in the different cities. What I discovered was that by doing the same thing with a YouTube video, it lasted a lot longer and produced better results. When I left that business and bought into the Empower Network, blog monster platform, did anybody else in the audience try the Empower Network? Alf? There's one out there. So one of the things that I saw that was worth every penny watching was their top producer, Lawrence Tam, pump out a more detailed explanation to what I was already doing. I mean, I was doing it, but beyond giving the video a title, I had no idea what I was doing. Lawrence showed me how to properly index the video so that when I uploaded it to YouTube, it would show up on the first page of Google, and that's what I'm going to show you today. My plan is to do a live demonstration of this technique today. God willing, we have about 100 things going on here at once right now. Did you know that we are live streaming? We are also live broadcasting on cable channel 57. So if you have a smartphone, whip it out and check in at the Open Media Foundation and post the link to this show. The link is in the top of the flyer that we handed out, and I made a tiny URL out of the link to make it easier for you. Show of hands, has anybody used Google's URL shortener, goo.gl? Okay, it's a great way to shorten a long link to make it look a lot more consumable. Awesome. Thanks for the social media love, everyone. We have a lot of great information to share here at the Denver YouTube Professionals, and we just want to use the power of social media to get this stuff into the hands of people who need it the most. In the past, we've done some really great shows here, and I plan on continuing that tradition with more meetup groups in the future. Our next meetup group is all about YouTube Red and how you can become a YouTube partner. So I usually only have about 30 minutes to demonstrate this parlor trick for my audience, but today I have just a little bit longer, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about the how and the why this free marketing technique works so well. I still think that this technique should be called authority marketing, because by demonstrating you are the authority in your little corner of the world, you're setting the foundation for your brand. You're anchoring your brand to a physical location, and naturally, the people in your geographical circle of influence will be able to find you on the top of the first page. You'll have claimed that internet real estate that says, in my category, I'm the person who does this here. And the instinct to work with someone who lives close to us is natural. And then once you've established that circle of influence, you can expand your circle outward, and with the internet, the entire globe is our oyster. So there's practically no limit to how much influence you can have once you start. But you do have to start, because hundreds, even thousands of people are looking for what you do, and you simply do not exist to them if you can't be found. Marie Forleo says that if you're not doing everything in your power to get found by people who are looking for you, then you're really doing them a huge disservice. Because if those people can't find us, then they have no other choice. Our inaction, our passive behavior, is forcing our customers to go with our competition. And our competition can't do as good of a job as we can. We're the only ones that can do that. So how do you get found? With a blog? With online directory listings? With our website? With social media? Email? Google? Well, we certainly do not get found through traditional advertising. You know, TV, radio, billboards, direct mail. How about those flyers that get passed out to you while you're walking down the strip in Las Vegas? No, because we've tuned out of this old traditional style of interrupt and barrage marketing. By nature, this style of communication is annoying, to say the least. It gets in the middle of what we're there to do. It's like bugs on snow and ice hitting our windshield. We just want to wipe it away. No, I've heard Steve Livingston say that the information age is over. That people no longer are willing to pay for information because they know that they already have instant access to all of it, sitting right in the palm of their hands. Do you feel confident that given enough time, you could get access to almost any information? How to change your oil, how to fix a computer problem, how to run your own live television broadcast. So then what will people pay for? People are willing to pay for the experience, the details. People are willing to pay for you to take them through the information in a way that makes their experience better. So ask yourself this question. Does using Google make my internet experience better? Has anyone used Google Hangouts? Yes. Google My Business? Keep your hands up. Google Photos, Google Maps, Google Voice, Chrome Remote Desktop, Google Drive, Google Cardboard, Google Keep. I sound like a spokesperson for Google, don't I? You see, 16 years ago, on the campus of Stanford University, in the center of the Silicon Valley, two young men got together and they realized that they could change the internet world if they focused on one thing. Sergey Brin and Larry Page realized that if they focused on this one thing, that everything else would fall into place. My generation calls it the UX, the user experience. Larry and Sergey knew that if they could deliver this, every time you used it, that you would continue to come back over and over again. Forbes.com says that 89% of all people in the workforce today use the Google search engine to solve their daily problems. How do I get from my house to the Open Media Foundation? I need a recipe for a meal that I'm making tonight. My baby is sick and I need a solution right now. Raise your hand if you've used Google in the last 24 hours. Let the record show that everybody's hand is up. Google has conditioned us to get our daily problems solved with this. This is the blank bar that you see when you open google.com. So now you can throw out those 200 algorithmic rules that you've heard about. You know, the ones that the SEO nerds say change over 360 times a year. The ones that they're trying to beat with their keyword stuffing and backlinking strategies. Google caught on to your tricky experiments, and they gave us updates like pigeon, penguin, and panda. So you can forget about those 200 rules. Instead, you should focus on providing your own circle of influence with the best experience possible. Understanding how Google works is therefore so simple. You get what you ask for. Period. End of story. Google is promising you that you will get what you're looking for. It's just like the law of attraction, isn't it? Isn't the universal law of attraction at work in us selling our services? Look at it this way. If you got up every morning and you took a look in the mirror and you said, I look old. My face is ugly. My body really sucks. I'm depressed. When I hate going to work and I always get into arguments. My car is probably going to break down on the way to work today. What am I going to get? But if I look in the mirror and I say, dang, it is really early. I kind of like getting up early, actually, because it gives me a jump start on the day and I feel prepared when I come to work in the morning. I really like how positive and optimistic I've been lately, because I know that I'm probably just going to get lucky with this new project I'm working on. And by the way, you are one sharp-looking dude. You just keep it up. What am I going to get? So if Google didn't give you what you wanted, what would you do? Probably go somewhere else, right? Now ask yourself this question. If you're learning how to change your oil in your new car for the first time, would you want a step-by-step 5-page PDF? How about fixing your computer? That's what we're talking about here. That's why we're here today, because you want a step-by-step video, don't you? Because you can learn more by watching and listening to someone walking you through the details, as opposed to you reading an IKEA manual. Has anybody ever bought some of that furniture? That is crazy. I believe that the two most powerful business tools in the world are the internet and video, because everyone, everywhere has instant access to the internet, and because video is the most sought after content. Now, for some real-life local examples of how YouTubers are making it big, we have a special segment called The Local Scene with Scoop Nemeth. Take it away, Scoop.
Welcome to your YouTube update. My name is Scoop Nemeth, and this is where Denver comes to get dirty with the stinking fresh, hot news on the newest online video information that you cannot live without. This week on The Local Scene, a Sneaker Life posted this. Check this out.
What is up, Sneak Geeks? It's your boy Sneaker Life, back with another video. Sneaker trade, personal trade. It's lit.
Don't you open up that window.
I posted on Twitter and made a poll. I said, do you guys think I should trade both of my Yeezy 350 Boost, brand new, for a past as dead stock pair of Solars? No. That's basically what everybody told me. I had discussions with Rob Dolly. He said, nah, don't get used shoes. People got them stanky feet and they're getting all in your shoes. Musty, you don't need all that. Why? This is a brand new pair of shoes versus a dusky old pair. Just, ugh.
Speaking to the sneaker geeks, he's a young entrepreneur doing everything right on his YouTube channel. With 35,217 views in just 5 days. He is showing us how it's done for show. Way to throw down, Skippy. We would love an appearance here from you if you would be so willing to grace us with your presence. Finally, turn up your volume, take out your notebook, tune in, and take notice. This is the next free smartphone app that you might need on your phone right now. Stringer. All you got to do is upload your video with professional voiceover and get paid $45 for every time a local, national, or international news source uses your content in their major network broadcast story. Pretty badass, huh? Don't forget to put a donation in the tip jar. 100% goes back to helping us put on a badass community television show. Remember to visit iPie, Infinitus Pizza Pie, for an infinite number of toppings on a 6-inch crust. Finally, if you're a YouTuber and you live in Denver, you'd be totally up-leveling your street cred if you had a Denver Open Media membership, because for only $500 a year, you can get access to brand new JVC 4K camcorders, audio, lighting, equipment, and media classes, and access to the studio that I am sitting in right now. And that's what it's all about for your YouTube update. I'm Scoop Nemeth. See you next time. Fighting a good fight. We're all on the same team.
Video communicates using 3 of your 5 senses: your sight, your sound, and your touch. And it allows you to communicate 80% better with the use of body language. When you can observe someone's body language and their words and their eye contact, and it's all in the same context, then it gives you more information, or maybe just the necessary information that you need to make a judgment call on their integrity, honesty, and follow through. Video allows you to create that common ground of KLT, know, like, and trust. You've heard this before. Here's another reason this technique is so powerful. Ask yourself this question: if I'm going to hire a tax accountant or a personal banker, do I care where he or she lives? Isn't it more convenient for both parties to communicate if they live close to one another? You probably didn't even know that you've been subconsciously making geographically based decisions this way your entire life. That is step 1 on your flyer to getting found on the first page. Understanding that Google works just like the universal law of attraction, which is you get what you ask for. Remember, if they can't find us, then we do not exist. So then how do they find us? Maybe a better question is, what are they looking for? Step 2 is do your research. So I've got a question for the audience. As you're sitting in your chair, ask yourself this question: why am I here? What problem am I solving for myself by being here? Are you learning how to use YouTube for your business in Denver, Colorado? Let's do some research. Learning how to use YouTube, my business, in Denver, Colorado. So we see that by what shows up on my screen here, this is not a very competitive keyword. The reason I know that is because at the very top is an organic listing. It says, using YouTube to build your brand authority business. So then I would go over to YouTube and I'd type in the same thing. I'm just going to copy this. And I'm going to see if there are any other videos on YouTube with this title. and I see that there are not. So, what would it look like if I typed in pizza? Pizza in Denver, Colorado. Would you think that might be a little bit more competitive? Yes. Look at this paid ad right here, and then there's, they're recognizing that pizza is a huge keyword, so they're giving you listings here with the directory listings. That's the general idea of how you do your research to determine if this video you're about to make is worth your time. So if that's the name of the video that we're going to make, then we move on to step 3. And I could spend a whole another 90-minute talk on the art of script writing and delivering a 1-minute, Jesse, smartphone video. But today, I'm just going to run through it, and I'm going to let you learn by watching. So this is my equipment, and there's 3 steps to step 3. Step 1 is use inexpensive equipment, because if you're going to start getting good on camera, you probably don't want to pay thousands of dollars for a studio like this, a cameraman, an editor, and a graphics person. So the best way to do it is to just use your smartphone, which is full HD 1080p, and you can practice getting good on video. So I'll point this at myself. I'm using a split screen. So the camera sees me on one half and you on the other. And as soon as I cue producer Mofo to turn on the audience lights, I'd like you to participate in the video. So I'd like you to invite people watching the video who are interested in learning about how to use YouTube for their business to join us, if that's all right. This is a microphone, which is the first thing I invested in. It's a Rode microphone, R-O-D-E, and it costs $80 on eBay. And it's specially designed for your smartphone. It's got 4 rings around it instead of the traditional 3, like a normal lavalier would have. And I met with a really high-end producer this week, and he was pretty jealous that I bought this for $80 because when he buys his, they're about the same size, and they cost $350. So, there's definitely a difference between high-end TV and what I'm doing, but I think it's very effective the way I do it. So this is take 1, and I can't guarantee that I'm going to get it right on the first take, but I'm going to give it a shot. Okay, and rolling in 3, 2. I'm not Jimmy Fallon. I'm not Tim Tebow. My name's Anthony Prichard, and I'm the spokesperson for the Denver YouTube professionals. And in a minute, I'm going to turn up the lights to the audience. But right now, I want to tell you that you are your own best video spokesperson, because nobody knows your business better than you do. And if you want to be a part of this group, it's not very difficult. You just type in Denver YouTube Professionals to the Google search engine and join our Meetup group. And we hope that you join us here next time. Producer Mofo, join us! So then I just plug in the USB cable that I charge my phone with every night to my laptop. And what comes up on my laptop is this little sync manager. And it's different, for every phone and the 2 different operating systems, Apple or Windows. For this one, I just go and look for DCI-M right here and 100 media. And then my video that I just took is right here at the bottom, January 27th. And whoops, I'm just going to select it and move it over to my desktop. Can you see that on my screen? Cool. Okay, so this step I'm going to encourage you to do, and that's to rename this file right here in your desktop with the title of the video that we're uploading. So I'm going to name this what did I call it? Learning YouTube for business, right? Learning how to use YouTube for my business. Denver, Colorado. That's not what I wanted to do. Here it is. Okay, you'll see why that's important in a minute. All right, so now that I've got my video and I'm just going to go to YouTube, there's a little upload button on every page of the YouTube website, because over 4 billion minutes of content gets uploaded to YouTube every month. And they're the largest repository for video content in the world. So I just press the upload button and I slide this video over to here. And now you'll see that the video uploaded with the exact same title that I was ranking for. Now these are some auto default uploads that I've got programmed into my YouTube channel to make it easier for me to upload lots of videos, maybe even from my cell phone when I'm out in the field. But this description is the next piece that I learned from Lawrence Tam, which is so important. And I've, instead of spending the whole time to type it out, I've built myself a description that I can just copy and paste and put it in here. But I will go over everything and why I've purposefully designed it this way. So at the very top is called the snippet. The snippet is the first 2 lines of content that is going to be replicated when you copy and paste this link into Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So you want these first 2 lines to be impactful, and you want them to reflect the title as well. If the same keyword is in the title and the description, then you're giving the Google Spider more information that tells the Google algorithm that this is a relevant search result for this exact keyword in this order. So then sometimes you can even fit in a link in the first 2 lines, and that link will then obviously be replicated in Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter so that people don't have to actually watch the video if they want to follow your call to action. That's right there. So then there's a longer description, and this longer description is information for people who are just still a little bit resistant to video. And they would rather read the information as opposed to watch the video. And so you need to give them what they're looking for. You need to give them a good description about what this video is about. And in my description, I said this group has been meeting for 2 years to do 3 things: share good information, get together, and to network, and to practice what we learn. This is a short 1-minute video of the host, Anthony Prichard, encouraging you to be your own best video spokesperson. The audience gets involved at the end. Well, sort of. The next is going to be our call to action. So what do we really want these people to do? Well, we want them to come here and join this group so that they can get this information, the stuff that they're looking for. And I sent them right to my events page on the Meetup group. Up here was just the DYP page. This one here is our calendar of events. So next, we've got our citation, our NAP, considered name, address, and phone number. And this is a piece of content that's replicated throughout the internet multiple times. If Google is able to use its spider to see that your citation has multiple locations all over the internet as well as this video, then it knows that you're not just a beginner. You're not just a fly-by-night. You've been doing this for a long time, and you're reputable and you're relevant for somebody who is looking for a good resource. And that's what we're telling them, that you're going to get a good resource if you watch this video. Next is the social links. Okay, if people want to communicate using their preferred method of digital platform, then give them those links to your Facebook, to your YouTube channel. Next, I'm using a technique that that helps me leverage the Alexa ranking of other websites on the internet. So Alexa pooled all the internet websites, and they decided to rank the websites that were getting the most traffic. And of course, we've got Google at the top and YouTube, but there's still hundreds of websites that have really good traffic. And by putting those links here in this description, you're showing Google, again, that you're providing a good resource for anybody who's looking to learn how to use YouTube for their business in Denver, Colorado. And then I've got a link to our sponsor in here. I like to create some white space, so I'm going to do that now. It makes it a lot easier to read. What does Wikipedia have to say? Obviously, that's a good website. Fox did a news story on us. And our sponsor, Infinitus, who flaked today. Oh, he's going to get it from me. And there's the social media links. And then our hashtag strategy. What is our hashtag strategy? Holly came to me today and said, what's our tag going to be today? And I said, how about DYP? DYP, first page. Great. All right. And then lastly, I thanked everyone who's been a part of this. Guys in the booth, guys behind the camera, gals behind the camera. Thanks for helping me put this together today. I really couldn't do it without you. And they're not getting paid. They actually can't get paid because this is a community station. And they're volunteering their time in order to learn these skills. And by doing so, they're making themselves more marketable as humans, as contributors to any organization. So then at the end here, we've got our meta tags. Does anybody know what a meta tag is? No. Information about my information. Google kind of needs that, I guess. Well, so let's do it. Let's put it in here. Learning how to use YouTube for my business. And I think I've got Denver in there. Okay, so this is the point where I get a little nervous because we're about to do the proof of concept. You're about to pull out your phones and laptops and see if this video does in fact make it on the first page of Google. And so I've got a choice. Can I make this a longer tail keyword or do I keep it shorter? And I think just to protect myself, I'm going to say Santa Fe Art District, Denver, Colorado. So I've actually taken a larger metropolitan area and I've boiled it down to a smaller area. It doesn't mean that I'm still not going to show up for the Denver area, but by drilling down this geographical area, this natural law of attraction, I'm almost guaranteeing that I'm going to be the best result in the Santa Fe Art District. You see how that works? All right, so next I'm going to translations. I don't need any of those. Advanced settings. I tell people this is like the SAT exam. The more boxes you fill out, the better score you get. And you can set some of these up in your default uploads, but this address is going to be 700 Calumet Street. Denver, Colorado. I guess, oh wait, here it is. Sorry, let me try that again. There we are. And of course, English is my language. This is education. Yes, the recording date is today. And I've gone through these other ones. This has never aired on US television. All right, so we're ready to publish. Cross your fingers for me, everyone. Here we go. Okay, so I've automatically syndicated it to my Google Plus and Twitter accounts. These are syndication boxes that you can set up to pre-push your videos to all these, and I would definitely recommend checking out Reddit for YouTube videos. That's where most YouTube videos go viral, because there's just like a cult following of YouTube video watchers on Reddit. Okay, so now how do we see if this worked? I like to give the Google Spider a few extra minutes or moments to like recognize my little asset here. But to make sure that I'm not using the cookies that are embedded in my own Google Plus user information, I'm going to open up an incognito window. And this doesn't reflect any of my previous behavior or what my citation is personally that I'm using here. So I'm going to type in learning how to use YouTube for my business. Denver, Colorado. And no Yahtzees today. But let me show you how it happened with others, and let's see if we made it to the second one. It happens about 4 out of the 5 times. I guess YouTube's pretty competitive these days. And I'll tell you, it did not used to be this saturated. And I could almost guarantee every time I uploaded a video that it would get here. But with the more and more people using this technique, or maybe even Google coming out with an update like Pigeon or Penguin that does this, then I'm not here. So let's go to YouTube and see the same thing. Denver. And then I'll show you what to do if it doesn't show up on the first page. Okay, so there we are. You can see we've got a few ads here, which may be contributing to that. They weren't there last time, but now they're there. And so let's see what else can we do to help this video get to that first page. Well, obviously, the more likes you get, the more popular it looks to YouTube. But what about bookmarks? Did you know that Google actually keeps track of how many times a URL is bookmarked? So bookmark this for yourself, maybe even ask your friends to bookmark it. And then I've already got a thumbs up. Thank you, whoever gave me a thumbs up. That's nice. Comments, you knew where I was going. Thanks, Danielle. Comments will help you get to the top page. Now, so let me go ahead and show you an example of how this technique does work. And I'll open up another incognito window, and I'll put in better sleep in Boulder. My client and I came up with the problem that we felt like we could solve the most. And because they were a sleep system, they knew that this keyword would work for them. So, this is about a year ago, and there it is at the very top page. They tell me through the analytics that they get about 7 new leads a week with the Better Sleep in Boulder technique. And this is a free technique again. Now you can use paid techniques to artificially, manufacture views on your video assets. So there's some things you can do to help boost your video and get it up there. I apologize that it didn't happen today. Forgive me.
It came up first on mine.
Oh, it did? Yeah. Great.
Nobody in the audience saw that, but
okay.
Maybe because I'm logged in and I'm very active on YouTube.
Uh-huh. Awesome. Okay, thank you.
Congratulations.
All right, we made it. We made it. That was the demonstration. So, as a part of this show, we get together, we network, we share good information, and we practice. And so this next part is practice. And so I'm going to ask you to pair off with a person sitting next to you and use this technique. You're going to take your partner's phone and you're going to point it at your partner, And you're going to say your name 3 different ways, so it's not hard. You won't have to remember your name, right? But when you're learning how to deliver scripts that you write on camera, it helps to use this actor's technique that I've learned to memorize your lines. And the technique is to use a high voice and a low voice and a radio voice. So I'll do that for you now, and then I'll ask you all to pair off and do this practice with one another. My name's Anthony Prichard. My name is Anthony Prichard. Hi, my name's Anthony Prichard. Thanks for coming to the show. 6 seconds. Can you do that?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so go ahead and pair off.
You're watching Denver Open Media Cable Access Television, where DOM is
Bronco Country, baby!
Hello, Colorado. I'm Ryan Seamy. We have some terrible, unfortunate news for you folks. We've lost one of our own. Last night, Newsroom 1 co-anchor Britt Laree fell victim to a fatal home invasion in her Aurora apartment. Her attacker, considered by police to be armed and extremely dangerous, is still at large. We've obtained exclusive crime scene photos from Aurora PD's Facebook page and audio of Britt's 911 call just moments before her attack. Be advised, Colorado, these images and sounds are not for the faint of heart. We have that clip ready now? Let's roll that.
911, what's your emergency?
There's someone in my apartment. Please, send help right away.
Okay, ma'am, I'm gonna need you to take a deep breath. Where are you in the house?
I'm hiding in my closet. I hear him coming. Okay, they left the room.
Where do they come in? Are they downstairs, upstairs? Where are they?
Wait, they might be coming back. No!
Hello?
Words cannot describe how deeply saddened we are here in the studio. Myself and all of Newsroom 1 staff offer our condolences to Britt's family through this very trying time. Britt, being the third female co-anchor to be brutally murdered in her own home since the show's inception, is simply irreplaceable. That being said, Newsroom 1 is looking to hire a new female co-anchor to join our team Interested candidates should have some broadcast journalism experience, a reliable car, and a GED, preferably a C-Cup. Apply online at www.newsroom1.us, and together we'll keep Colorado informed.
Give your family a much-needed escape from the earthly world. Your kids are sure to love the Father McFeely Fun Ride. Tickle your tonsils with Muslim ululation lessons.
La 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 la. No, like this. La 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 la.
Take a journey on the Jewish Mystery Train Ride. Conquer at Holy War Paintball. Feel inner peace on the Buddhist Dalai Lama Ride. With one price for unlimited rides, Worship World is your ticket to heaven. Sabbath discount for Jews only, just $13.99.
Police sketch artists were able to come up with a possible ID for Britt's killer based on eyewitness testimony from one of her neighbors who claims seeing a strange man loitering near her home just moments before the 911 call was placed. And now, funny man Brent Podosic reads the news.
In national news, California has finally run out of water. All of its reservoirs, wells, drinking water, and reserve have gone completely dry. Even my bourbon reserve has gone dry. Governor Jerry Brown has issued a statement in the press conference assuring that all Californians and future visitors to the Golden State that Disneyland will not be affected by this statewide drought in any way. All of Disney's running water, water park reserve, and drinking supply have been flown in from Canada. Even an ice machine since the early 90s. Leaving the world's #1 amusement park virtually non-dependent on California's aqueduct supply. Disney's ticket prices have skyrocketed since Governor Brown announced that the drought, desperate women, desperate Californians are flocking to the park by the thousands and hoping to get wet, get happy, get in the shower. People are wearing soap around their neck, soap on a rope on Pirates of the Caribbean. They're looking for a toilet that flushes.
The NFL has a new female referee. However, when she calls a 10-yard penalty, they only mark off 8. Although she is the only referee who's very excited about checking Tom Brady's balls. Now wacky weather with Alex Grave.
Now it's time for Wacky Weather with Alex Graff.
Well, fellas and gals, there's a new trend coming, and it's the greenhouse effect. But don't get excited, it might start to annoy you. If you're not familiar with it, the greenhouse effect is a plethora of carbon dioxide in the air influencing us. Now, this influence causes us, row by row, to paint our houses green. Like any other fad, it may last a few weeks or last a few months. It certainly will be trending on Google. But one thing I can assure you is that Kim Kardashian, in preparation for it, will undoubtedly be painting her buttocks green.
Reporting from Newsroom 1's studio, that's news to you. I'm Ryan Seamy. You have yourself a good night, Colorado. Good afternoon, Colorado. I'm Ryan Seamy. Former Playtoy Playmate and New York Times #1 best-selling author Audrey Kelly will be joining Newsroom 1's Alex Story to promote her new book, Outer Space Escape. An apparent true story of how Miss Kelly survived an alien abduction she claims took place outside of her Morrison home. I'm already through the first 250 pages, folks, and I gotta tell you, I just can't put it down. Mystery, suspense, intrigue, romance, not to mention subtle homages to the philosophical teachings of Aristotle. We take you now inside the model's lavish, luxurious home to probe her a little deeper about her experience and find out exactly what gets these little green men off.
Hello, Alex Story here with Newsroom 1. I'm here today with Audrey Kelly, who miraculously survived an alien abduction. How are you, Audrey?
Doing good, Alec.
Good to hear it. So, the first question everyone's wondering, obviously, is how this experience began. Can you walk us through it from the beginning?
Well, it started out just like any normal day, but then there was a flash of light.
Were you outside when this flash of light occurred?
Yes, I was outside and then all of a sudden a flash.
Yeah. Are you gonna keep doing that, or
What?
the flashing?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really not necessary.
Oh, okay. It's easier this way, anyway.
Okay. So what happened after the flash?
Well, I was somewhere else.
And where was that?
In this spaceship.
Wow. Yeah. So the U.S. government, as you claim, was able to come and rescue you, and bring you back safely. Is that correct?
Yes, Alec, it is.
Wow. So when your book was first published, the U.S. government issued a statement denying any of this and saying that there is not and has never been any evidence of extraterrestrial life. Why do you think they would say that?
Because they're full of
Yeah, well, that's certainly not uncommon for anyone to say. I'll give you that.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. So there you have it. Are these the ramblings of a crazy exhibitionist, or is this a breakthrough in the ET phenomena? Is the truth out there? You decide. This has been Alex Story with The Story on Newsroom 1.
Are you sick and tired of eating with your hands? Then look no further. This year, spend Christmas in paradise at Blue Dolphin Luxury Resorts, where drinks are all-inclusive. Bring your buddies, bring your wife, bring your stupid grandpa to the world's most amazing luxury resort. Get up close with exotic creatures in their natural habitat. Enjoy breathtaking sunsets, exercise, toaster, 5 luxurious outdoor pools with free Wi-Fi. So go ahead and brag a little. You've earned it.
A hotel in Asheville, North Carolina has partnered with a local animal shelter to showcase Dogs for Adoption. Dogs for Adoption spend one night at a hotel with a yellow vest greeting guests with words, "Adopt me," on their chest. Homeless teenagers in the area tried the same technique, but they failed.
Now it's time for Wacky Weather with Alex Graff.
I've been informed to tell you about the possibility of some black ice coming, but I just can't do it. I can't believe it's 2015 and we're still saying black ice. I mean, can we at least call it African American ice? I mean, that is just so Selma, you know? And when did black ice ever hurt anyone? Anyway, after that melts, we're in store for some, oh, here we go again. Here we go. An Indian summer. I mean, please, really, an Indian summer? I mean, it's bad enough we make these people earn their land back one poker chip at a time, but now we have to equate this unbearable sweatering summer to these people? Grow up, America.
Reporting to you live from an abandoned Chuck E. Cheese in Westminster, I'm Ryan Seamy.
I am convinced that Broncos fans are the most well-conditioned fans in the NFL. Our hearts got a workout with every game but one this season. Who needs the gym? The Broncos are charging on the strength of a dizzying defense and opportunistic offense. We stay strong. We believe. Everybody plays hard. 4 quarters. That's what we do.
The Broncos in one word.
Athletic.
Adrenaline. Passion. Peyton.
The Broncos' model is no longer lighting up scoreboards, but grinding it out, hanging around and making big plays at the end. We're used to playing in games that come down to the wire, and we prevail.
For me, it's family. One big family.
Committed.
Culture.
Denver pride.
Super Bowl bound.
Super Bowl champion.
Heroic.
Programs broadcast by DOM primarily come from these two sources. A, DOM members producing their own content, and B, their filmmaker friends outside DOM but inside Colorado. DOM members reserve field equipment, edit stations, and studios so they can create their own content and air them on DOM under the Attribution, Non-Commercial, Share-alike 3.0 generic license. As for each member's filmmaker friends, they must fill out a release form and they have to write a letter to a DOM member on production company letterhead. Those standard forms grant DOM members permission to air the works of their filmmaker friends under the Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 3.0 generic license. To keep DOM running financially smooth, funding comes from these sources: members paying annual memberships, new members paying for classes in field production, studio production, and editing, annual fundraisers, eBay auctions during the holiday season, commercial rental fees if content is not airing on our channels, grants and underwriting, and all donations, great or small, which are greatly appreciated. All sources of funding go directly to the Open Media Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit organization which helps DOM cover operating expenses and make sure everything goes according to the rules of being a non-commercial station.